Hi and welcome back to the podcast. Took a few weeks off there, so sorry about the break. Today we're talking about 17-year-old forward Killian Cailloce. He's born in Dublin, growing up in Balbriggan, I believe. Great little town, Balbriggan. It's got everything. Maybe a bit underrated or gets a bad rep, but I used to live there myself, so it's definitely a good spot. He's played underage level for Drogheda United. He joined them in 2020. Obviously, Drogheda is just up the road from Balbriggan. He made his senior debut for Drogheda United on 11th of March last year, 2022, as a 16-year-old substitute in a 3-0 loss, unfortunately, to Sligo Rovers in the Irish Premier League, which is, of course, for anyone outside of Ireland, the top division in Ireland. So he has first team football at the highest level in Ireland as only a 16-year-old. This made him the youngest ever player for Drogheda at senior level at that stage, I presume still. I don't know for definite, but I imagine you would have heard if there was somebody who's broke that record, and probably a record that is going to take a while to break. That was his only first team appearance for Drogheda. There would have been more. He was on the bench regularly thereafter, but 3 months later he moved in June 22 to the academy of French side Caen in the French second division, again as only a 16-year-old. Football is also in his family. He has a younger brother, Luca, who's 15 now and is in the youth setup of Bohemians, also known as Super Bows by many. And I won't go on about Bows too much, but at Caen, I don't know which is the right pronunciation. If you're from France, over here we say Caen, but yeah, it's probably not the correct way to say it. He's played thus far for youth level only, and their B team plays in the 5th division in France. So again, senior experience there, albeit in the 5th division in France. But again, he's only 17. Perhaps he would have got more first team exposure. I mean, perhaps, almost certainly, at Drogheda if he'd stayed there. But if he was to break into the first team in Caen in the next year or two, you'd have to say, I mean, you'd say it anyway, it's a good move, but if he was to break into the first team there, it'd be definitely the right move. And there's nothing to say he can't do that. Also, being in the French league system opens him up to being spotted by higher up French teams or elsewhere in Europe when he breaks through. Caen are currently 7th in the French League 2, so could perhaps get promoted. It's not, obviously it's early doors, but they're up and around there anyway, so you'll have to see how the season pans out. But if they were to go up this year or next year, that would really be perfect timing for his career trajectory if he's breaking into the first team at an 18, 19-year-old age mark, which again you'd imagine he would with the first team experiences he's already had in the 5th division in France and the top division in Ireland, and being in and around the squad. I think 18, 19 is a realistic kind of target for him. And to be breaking into a top European league and side at that stage obviously would be an exceptional achievement. Internationally, he can represent Ireland, of course, being born here. Also, his dad is French, his mother is Irish, his dad is French, so he qualified for France as well. So you'd imagine if both came calling at the same time, it would be a difficult decision. Obviously, he's born and bred in Ireland, so that would be, he'd want to play for Ireland, but his dad's connection to France and now being based there and playing football there, and France being one of the best teams, if not the best team in the world. Obviously Argentina the world champions, but France definitely, well, not definitely, but in my opinion the best team at the World Cup, although they didn't win it. And Argentina would be my second best team. But yeah, so if he was a French international, he'd be qualifying for every senior, every competition, you'd imagine, and they'd be in it to win it in every competition, the Euros and the World Cup, etc. Possibly also might be able to go to the Olympics. But yeah, so at senior level, that decision and dilemma is yet to be a problem for all parties and all countries and the player himself, as he will need to get first team football before he can be in consideration for Ireland, and he'd need to be getting week in, week out football in the top division in France or elsewhere to be in consideration for the French international senior setup. So neither scenario applies to him as of yet, so he can just relax and work on his football. But the words as of yet definitely apply here. There's going to come a time when international football comes calling at a senior level. More pressing at this stage is whether he will turn out for Ireland or France at youth level in the near future. You'd imagine Ireland could potentially keep him more firmly in their grip if they bring him into the fold now and progress him through the age groups, which would, you'd hope, cement his preference to play for the senior boys in green when the time comes. As a 17-year-old, it's already been an exciting start to his career, even at this early stage. He's already got first team football in two different countries, again the Irish Premier Division and the French 5th Division. He hasn't put a foot wrong. All's going perfect for him. The decisions him and his team are making are smart and proven to be the correct decisions, and all is going exceptionally well and according to plan. And whatever happens, we'll be watching.